and that's it. But like Kirby otherwise is pretty damn good. Next up is going to be one of Wi-Fi plagues, and that is going to be Zelda. This is Zelda. She's mid-tier. I think that, again, she got better in the buff, but then people kind of still figured out how to play against her. And again, is she an annoying zoner? Yeah. Is she sometimes cheese out kills? Yeah. But at the same time, you know she's gonna neutral B. I don't know how she gets off the ledge. I don't know how she lands. I don't know how she deals with pressure except hoping that they run into Nehru's love, and that's it. Like, she has a very obvious game plan, a very, very obvious game plan. And if you don't know how to deal with it, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get bodied. I mean, again, I lost to Ven the only time I played him in Prime Saga 3-1, but I'm also way better at the Zelda matchup now. And this character just struggles to get anything started if you know what you're doing, if you know how to avoid Phantom, if you know how to just jump around stuff. And like, that's it. Like, she has to space for her kicks, so they're not great out of shield options. She doesn't have great out of shield options in general if you can space around up B or just DI it at the beginning. I'm really sad that this character is down here. Not Samus, y'all are crazy. It's Ridley. I think Ridley's sick. I think Ridley's so cool. But again, similar to what I've said about a couple characters already, he just doesn't have a kit. It doesn't coalesce. His moves don't make sense with each other. He has forward air, which is good, and nair, which is good, and down tilt, which is good, and his up B can be hard to edge guard, and he has a command grab, and he has fireballs, and the ability to two-frame with forward smash, but like, none of it makes sense. Like, none of it coalesces into a kit. Again, he's going to be playing random neutral and advantage state. Now, while he's fast, he's a huge character that isn't super heavy, so he takes a ton of damage and can get ledge trapped. I think ledge trapping Ridley's very good if you just, again, back up and give him space for up air and side B, and I think he can't really land, so if he ledge jumps, which is the option that you do in those situations, he has to now land, which you then just cover his landings and hit him again and rinse and repeat. Like, again, are his two-frame options ridiculous with forward tilt and forward smash? Yeah, they're crazy. Does he have down B, which can maybe get some, like, a cheesy stock because, like, down B into down smash? Yeah. But, like, his down air is one of the worst in the game, if not the worst in the game. He has kill potential and out of shield options with nair, up smash. He has platform pressure with up tilt. He has kill confirms, but, like, none of it just like, his game plans are too segmented and none of them flow into each other, so it's so awkward to play as this character. And then, of course, sometimes he just gets edge guarded because, like, you have a counter, or just, haha, you were at an awkward angle, so you had to go up and then fall towards the ledge, and then you just get hit. So, next up is going to be the second Mii. Where are they? Mii Gunner. I think Mii Gunner's pretty degenerate and has some good stuff, but I feel like, again, it's very much so, it's too one trick. They have a great up smash out of shield, they have decent down smash, but I feel like if you get around the projectiles or can deal with the projectiles, you win. Like, you literally 100% win all the time. And that's annoying when, like playing one trick characters just isn't super fun. They just need, like, a better out of shield option, basically. I think that would be great. I mean, again, up smash is pretty good, but it's frame like 8 or 9 and starts in front, so, like, if you're behind the character, they have no out of shield option. Are they Sans Undertale? Yes, but Sans Undertale is unfortunately not enough. They just don't do enough, which is sad because I think Mii Gunner's sick. But, like, if their grenade down B was better, that'd be great. If they, I don't know, like, had a rising arrow that they could use, like, sure, but, like, you have to basically rely on people running into the smoke neutral B, like the smoke bomb, which is really good, but that's it. That's literally it. Next up is Bayonetta. So listen, I might be wrong about this. Bale might be higher, and I 100% admit that to be true. But from what I can see currently, Bale still struggles to kill, which is one of her biggest problems. She has to land, at which time she has to get an edge guard. Like, I think Bale is pretty good, and I think I maybe don't know the combos. I might not know the routes. I don't know how you cover SDI up. I don't know how you cover everything, because obviously the counterplay against Bale isn't, whatchamacallit, super fleshed out, because Bayo's combos aren't very fleshed out. Like, I think Bayo obviously does a ton of damage, great advantage state, pretty good edge guarding, decently hard to edge guard and ledge trap because you have to respect ledge jump 80k, which is difficult. But I do think that this character is just missing a little bit of something. If they had a better kill confirm, if down tilt back air was a kill confirm, bam, like instantly the character's high tier. Maybe if forward throw killed earlier, down throw killed earlier, but again, there are still a lot of times when you're playing against Bayo and you're going to live until 170, and like that happens. And yeah, does she hit you from 0 to 70 the first hit she gets for the most part? Yeah, but that's it. Sure, up tilt backers are kill confirmed, but up tilt you have to be way closer and it's not safe, which is a problem. So like you really need to either get the very specific kill percents for things like up air back air, like something into up air back air to be a kill confirm. You need a witch time, or you need to hit back airs like that. And for the most part, you're just not going to as Bayo. And if you're playing against a matchup that you can't edge guard super easily, then suddenly the characters are going to live forever. And that's, again, as I mentioned a couple times earlier, a problem when you have so many characters with great kill potential, great kill confirms. Next up is Mewtwo. I still don't understand the point of the buffs. Don't understand why this character is so good. Because again, of all characters, Mewtwo is one of the characters that doesn't have a coalescent, like his kit does not coalesce. He has an almost useless up tilt unless you're getting specifically the weak up tilt after a hit of Nair into up smash. He has moves that are good, but they just don't make sense. His back air is really good off stage, his up air is really good, Shadow Ball is really good, he has kill throws at the ass. Side B has kill confirms and stuff, but like, how do you play the game besides just, I'm gonna charge neutral B and hope people run into it or just run behind it and stuff like that? And the problem is, that's not good enough in this game, because you have characters that have actual tools to keep people back that also have the charge neutral B, like Samus. You have characters that are much better at camping than Mewtwo, like Game & Watch and Snake and even Rob and Pac-Man, that have options to shield you while camping, but Mewtwo's just kind of just like run, which like isn't great enough, unfortunately. Like, I think Mewtwo could be really cool, and then of course, like, he's just inconsistent because lol tail hitbox. And again, does it happen super often? No, it really doesn't. But the times that like you have to be scared of it, there are a lot of situations that you have to be scared of getting hit in these random scenarios that no other character has to care about, given the skinniness and general size of your character, and that sucks. Like, I've hit Mewtwo in weird ass situations because lol tail, and there's no way around it besides hope that the tail doesn't decide to extend randomly in like a random animation. Next up is going to be a character that I wish was better, and it's a character that I generally have overrated in my opinion in the past, and that is Banjo and Kazooie. Again, I think that Banjo has a lot of good stuff, don't get me wrong. The camping's really good, he has weird ass confirms with the neutral B into things like side B and forward air and back air. He has the best two framing in the entire game, yes, better than Palu's, the best two framing in the entire game consistently, but he doesn't do enough damage. His grab doesn't do enough damage, he doesn't have long enough combos. Everything I feel like that he does is for like 20%, when characters in this game, even bad characters, are dishing out 30 to 50 to 60. He's fast, sure, but I feel like just, again, if his up air was better, that'd be great. If he, better than Wolf? Yeah, I mean, Wolf has to time a really difficult thing, whereas Banjo has a lingering down tilt that sends you at like angle. And then he has side B, and then he has forward smash, and then he has down smash. Like, Banjo does have pretty decent matchups, and again, if you're not patient against this character and you don't know how to catch items very well, Grenade will be very difficult for you to deal with. Of course, if you run out, like if you're a character that can send Banjo off stage and can threaten edge guards, he has to burn his Wonder Wings very early or keep them for recovery, which means you're not going to be as scared of them for offense. And Wonder Wing is what makes this character pretty good, and if you don't have access to it, suddenly the character is mediocre at best. So, and we're apparently on the DLC train right now, because the next up is going to be Byleth. Byleth is better than I thought they were, like originally, I'm gonna be honest. But again, Byleth is just one of those characters that just gets outclassed. They're a little too slow. They have like 3 unusable moves, basically, because I think that neutral B is awful. I think, sorry, just neutral B and down B. Those moves are bad. Like, if you're getting hit by those moves, like, you're bad. Like, they're so easy to just, you can either air dodge it or avoid arrow, and like, oh, it's for mix-ups, you can just not shoot arrow and just move. Their kill potential is crazy. They break shields, oh my god, like no one's business. They're great in doubles, and they can kill you dummy early with down smash, forward smash, back air, down air, consistently, like very consistently. But they're a little too slow, and their neutral isn't quite good enough. Granted, if people start doing those IDJ combos, where I think it's like down tilt into IDJ Nair, and you get like 60% off of it, then sure, maybe people will get better. But I haven't really seen that happen yet, and again, having 2 unusable moves in a kit sucks. Like, not even like niche moves, but just like down B is literally unusable unless you get a shield break, which you don't really need because forward smash is strong enough anyway. and Arrow's bad. Like, Arrow is one of the worst projectiles in the entire game, if not the worst projectile in the entire game. And I hit it all the time when I play Byleth, and I just get confused. Like, I think that short hop nair is great. I think dash attack is a great move. If they would like had slightly better frame data, they'd be amazing. Like, if their back air was a little faster, if their nair was slightly better of an add a shield option, like, little tiny things can make this character significantly better, because this character still right now crumbles under common shield pressure. Moves that are -4, -6, -7, like, you can't punish, which sucks. So yeah, but like, they're scary for sure. Like, again, this is the top of mid tier. This is the last character in mid tier. Sorry, in this category of mid tier. So I think they're very good, but they just get outclassed by other characters. They're good, but they're not great. Leo playing the character is a work of art, though. Love watching him. Woo, we're done with mid tier. What do y'all think right now? The first character I want to talk about in high mid tier is a character that I have religiously underrated, and that is going to be Luigi. While this character is inconsistent, the Luigis are getting better at comboing random things into death, or really good positions. The edge guarding is getting better, the offense is getting so much better, and the the neutral of Luigi players is getting a lot better. They're getting way harder to hit. So while Luigi does lose to most zoners in this game, like even bad zoners like the Belmonts and even me Sword Fighter and Isabelle, like maybe loses to those characters, Luigi, the threat of this character, the mental damage this character does when you pick him on the character select screen, it's insurmountable. It's almost one of the hardest characters to play calm versus, because you know at any moment you could lose. And while that is true for the opposite side, because Luigi's recovery kind of sucks, although people are, including myself, aren't great at edge guarding him, he still is edge guardable. I'm not even talking about Elegant, I'm talking about people like Kiriosh. I've seen a lot of Wi-Fi Luigis get good at hitting random confirms that I feel like are very hard to react to, and people don't care. His recovery, at least at the current moment, isn't being exploited as hard as it should be. So he's this he's this on-stage threat that has crazy damage, and even if you SDI combos, you still take 60. So, like, I think Luigi's actually pretty good. Plus, again, he has kill confirms out the actual ass, because you have things like landing nair into up air back air, you have nair into down B, you have grab into everything. Do I think this character can still struggle with anyone that has a projectile? Yeah, 100%. Like, can people just run away from him the whole set? Yeah. But it's really hard to do that for a whole set consistently, especially given the fact that he is one of the only characters, in fact, one of the 3 characters that has a frame 1 escape option, being Bayonetta with Bats Within, Snake with Grenade, and Luigi's down B, and that's it. His down tilt is incredible. He has a lot of good options, but he still just loses to projectiles. And so that's going to be his flaw, obviously. Like, people really need to just keep him in disadvantage and just keep him above you, and that's it. And it's hard to do so. Oh, yeah, and Yoshi double jump armor, I forgot. And PT, I forgot. So there's 5. My bad. Is Duck on Can frame 1? Whoops, 6. And Focus 7. Next up are going to be the Pits. I'm not gonna separate them for this video because they're good in different matchups. Pit has good neutral, kill confirms. Pit has edge guarding. Pit has a lot that are pretty good things. But again, as is the case with Pit and has been the case with Pit, he doesn't have anything incredible. He doesn't have something that pushes him over the edge, because his only really good combo is like frame perfect and very difficult and probably SDIable in terms of the up tilt and air loops. He, I feel like, has to outplay someone in a situation where they are better than him for most matchups in the game. If you have really solid fundamentals, of course you can do really well with this character, because if you have, like, I feel like Pit doesn't have a matchup worse than 4-6, right? But at the same time, he doesn't have a matchup probably better than 6-4. Like, if his airspeed was a little better, would be incredible. I love what arrows can do. I love the arrows of Dark Pit as well for getting better combos. Like, but there's something missing with this character that just feels, it's not incomplete, but it's just, again, you have to, like, there are so many characters that have incredible things about them, or like win conditions, I'm gonna use that term because I don't like the term cheese, but they have win conditions, right? Like, you have Sonic timing people out, you have buffs with Hero, you have Wii for trainers damage and ledge camping, you have Steve doing Steve things, you have the top tiers, of course everyone knows the top tiers have really good win conditions, and Pit doesn't. Pit's win condition is play better than your opponent, And that can be difficult when you get to top level because you have to be outplaying people that are on the PGR, people that are borderline PGR, regional threats, hidden bosses, and that's really, really difficult to do any type of consistently. Although he's a consistent character, the burst craziness of so many other characters makes him less consistent or less swingy in a good way, which means he's gonna be down here. Anyway, next up, Puff. I think Puff is good in this game, and I don't care what people say about that. Puff is a good character. Puff has one of the best edgeguards in the entire game, one of actually surprisingly the hardest characters to edgeguard in the entire game, has crazy combos with things like forward air, nair. Of course, he has broken dare loops which confirm into a bunch of stuff, like down air into down air into down air into instant double jump down air landing up air rest. He like instant double jump IDJs for Puff make this character so much better, because I was literally, when I was making this tier list, gonna put this character around where I put Mewtwo or Bayo, or maybe like Mii Gunner or something like that, and then I was like, you know, IDJ is really stupid with this character, because you can't SDI these combos, or you can try, but the Puff can follow it. Just Puff has a lot of good tools in this game, and of course has great, if not the best, jab lock kill confirm in the game in terms of jab sing rests or jab sing up air rest. You have great two framing with pound, which is something that I feel like a lot of Puffs just don't do, and if it's a lingering pound, you can combo it off stage into a weak forward air, into a fast fall weak forward air, into a double jump nair, because a hard mace mage is starting to do things that put like weak forward airs which don't put you into tumble, which can combo you off the stage and kill you like Pikachu can, which is cool, because Pikachu's busted, which means Puff is busted, but not as busted, because this character still does get walled out by a lot of characters. If you are a character that has spammable moves, like a sword, this character's gonna struggle. If you have really good projectiles, this character might struggle. But when Puff gets the hit, this character goes off, like absolutely off. And it's crazy. Forward throw sends you at such a good angle. Down smash sends you at such a, like, it's so strong. Forward smash is so strong. There's so much good about this character, and it does make up for the fact that Jiggs gets walled out. Granted, they're not a high tier character, and I don't even think they're in the upper half of the cast, because there's just a lot of good characters in this game. But Puff is a threat. Puff is a threat. If Puff had a kill throw, she'd be broken. If Puff had a kill throw, she'd be absolutely broken. She would easily be like borderline top tier, in my opinion, like that quick. Next up is going to be the first of the trio of Zelda. You have Toon Link, that I used to think was a lot better, like a lot better. But for the Links, his game plan just doesn't make sense. Is he consistent? Yes, because he has, you know, bomb into fair, boomerang into fair. He has great normals with F tilt and up B and back air and up air and forward air, and I think his nair is pretty good. He has really great specials. His arrows are kind of mediocre. He has okay edge guarding. He has pretty good ledge trapping. He's very flow charty, right? And he has good out of shield options because of up B, which can kill, by the way. And of course he has Z-drop bomb out of shield, which is again a frame 4 option, like all the characters that have Z-drop aerial or Z-drop items do, right? He doesn't have good enough combos. He has like rinse and repeat, like this is your game plan, this is your setup of bomb fair, boomerang fair, play neutral again. But the thing is, his neutral isn't good enough compared to a lot of top tiers and even high tiers that this is a viable strategy, because he will lose neutral more often than not, and they probably have a better punish game than him. This character was much better in Smash 4 because Rage was such a big deal in that game, but in this game, I think he's just lacking, unfortunately. Plus he's floaty, which makes him really easy to juggle. Like, I think this is actually the easiest Link to juggle, because the other characters have fast fall air dodge, like Young Link and Big Link have fast fall air dodge, and Toon Link doesn't have that option because he's a slow faller, like he's a floaty, so. Next up is going to be probably one that people will be surprised about, because people for some reason think this character is like pretty good, Cloud. I think Cloud is okay. He doesn't have combos. Like he has like very low percent combos. He plays neutral and plays neutral and plays neutral, and then maybe gets limit and then shoots blade beam because no one else uses any other limit move. He has up B out of shield, which is pretty good that you can SDI out of the final hit. Everything he does except for like his arrow, like side B is incredibly punishable on shield, both normal and limit. He has to guess right so many times in neutral to win a stock, and a lot of times characters don't need to guess that many times because his edge guarding is, or his off stage is terrible. He's one of the characters that gets edge guarded the hardest. He's probably top 10 easiest to edge guard characters. I used to think this character was better. I mean, of course, he has great kill potential with things like up smash and back air, so he can cover things like fast fall air dodge really well. If you just kind of stay outside of Cloud's zone, what does he do? Like he's not gonna be able to charge limit super easily, because then people, like if he dashes back and charges limit, people can aggress onto him, guess right once with either a grab or an aerial, and then hit him off stage and potentially kill him. Just is one of those inconsistent characters, which sucks, right? But he has a good enough projectile. Limit Blade Beam's really good, but like normal Blade Beam's not great. The fact that you can camp out Limit sucks for him. I mean, good, because Limit was one of the most broken things in Smash 4. But I think this character is just slightly just not there. But if Cloud just had like, honestly, better juggling, which is weird to say because his up air is still really good, but like better juggling, better rising aerials, he'd be great. But I think Cloud is just overall overrated, and like not bad. Again, Cloud's good. Like I think, like I look at the characters that I have in this tier, and I think they are very good characters. I think Luigi's top 4 at majors, top 6 majors, top 8 majors, right? Pit, I think, is very strong. I think Puff, my opinion of Puff is really high. I think all these characters are good and have had good representation. So like these are very good characters. They're just not as good and as consistent as the rest of the characters, or don't have enough, you know, bullshit, for lack of a better term. And I want to make a quick note while I'm here, because this is probably people being like, oh my god, he's high tier. My tiers are smaller in this game, or in this tier list, because a lot of people continue to get mad at me being like, your top tier is 21 characters, your high tier is 25 characters. So my tiers are smaller. So characters that a lot of people, or even in my previous tier lists, would be the very top of mid tier / high tier, are now going to be in this tier. And my high tier is smaller, and my top tier is generally smaller.